All right, man. So we back with another episode of Anime and Fill in the Blank. Today we are discussing teams and groups, the best one in anime. And Cowboy, let's talk about the criteria for that.
Okay, so the criteria for all of these groups are a defined group name or team name, defined in the show or had a critical role in an arc that changed the overall tone of the show, 3 or more people, characters team up with or kill the vital main character or are the main characters, 1 team per show, and they all have to fight together. So we can't have a bunch of people spread out all around the place. They got to fight together. So those are the criteria.
All right, so we got the criteria. We're going to start with the big 3 because let's just get into the ones that y'all know. Who you want to start with? You want to start with Bleach? Let's go with Bleach.
Okay, let's go with Bleach. So I'm going to go with the 13 court guard squads, man. You know, they're defined in the show. They all fight together, whether it's fighting the Quincy's, whether it's fighting against the intruders, when it was Ichigo and Chad and all of them. Yeah, they're important to the show. They stamped. That's it.
I feel you. I mean, you can't even compare it with, like you say, Ichigo and his teams. I don't know if they have a defining name. So for the people that's listening, catch up. Look, I don't think they got a name for them. They just some other Soul Reapers. Mm-hmm. And unless you want to include the Soul Reapers as a whole, then no.
Yeah.
I mean, you do got the guys that was up top in the heaven realm, but they got washed.
They do have a name. They were given a name by the 13 court guard squads, the Ryoka. They called them the Ryoka. So
yeah, Chad was kind of phony, and I don't even remember the girl name like that. He was okay.
Yeah, one black arm, one white arm. He was all about unity.
Yeah, he was there.
Oh dang!
All right, so next top 3, next big 3 we got is Naruto, and I feel like Naruto is one of the ones with so many great teams in it that you can pull from any. So I'm just gonna name 3 off the top of my head.
Okay.
Of course, the Akatsuki.
Okay.
Got Team 7. We got the 7 Swordsmen of the Mist that nobody really talks about it much, but hey. It's a big group.
Okay. You know, I'm actually going to say the most important group is probably all of the Hokage. Because I think they're a group and they do fight together.
They fought together.
They did fight together.
Reanimation.
They were brought back to life.
That was reanimation jutsu.
It doesn't matter. They were still the Hokage.
But they wasn't under their own control, though.
It doesn't matter. We didn't define it as they controlling themselves. We defined it as they fought together.
I don't look at that. For that matter, then I think you got to go with what's the guy with the glasses name? Something with a K. That guy that was Orochimaru's underling.
I know exactly who you're talking about. Yeah, the one.
He hosted the reanimation jutsu. So, and he didn't really have a team. He just had. That's just a part of extension of his move list. So that they're just an extension of his move list. Even if you play in a game and you do the ultimate Nujutsu move, they're gonna come out. So
and they're gonna come out and they're gonna.
That's like Pain though. Pain is not a group.
So.
He's a singular character.
He's 6 paths of pain. Each path was an individual, so
they was a part of his skill set, though.
So it doesn't matter. But we didn't define it as they fought together and they can't be a part of somebody's skill set.
Them fighting together more impactful than the Akatsuki.
The Hokage?
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, because it came at a very.
How long did they even fight together?
Like it was as long as that reanimation jutsu lasted.
Nah, see, that's what I'm saying. They didn't even last that long together.
It doesn't matter.
They brought them together, and I think 2 of them fought together at the same time, and that was about it. And that was when they was fighting the 3rd Hokage. So they're still under 3.
Okay. I'm gonna concede this point because I don't like Naruto like that.
Right, so we're gonna move Akatsuki to the top for that one. Yeah. And also, we're gonna be ranking these, so keep up with us.
Okay. So let's head to the next big 3, man. One Piece. Let's go. Who you got for One Piece, Blink? Who you got?
All right, so we got a couple contenders. I'm gonna nominate a couple different contenders.
Okay.
Yeah, this one. The ones that I'm going to nominate is Team 7. I mean, not Team 7. Sorry, I was just thinking about Naruto. I'm a Naruto word still. I'm going to nominate the Straw Hats. I'm going to also nominate the Blackbeard Pirates. Yeah, they're the 2 I'm going to nominate for now.
Oh, that's crazy. So I'm going to throw in there the Rocks Pirates. And the reason I'm going to throw in the Rocks Pirates is because without the Rocks Pirates, nothing in One Piece happens. So without Rocks D. Zebek, Goldie Roger never becomes the king of pirates. And he also had to team up with Garp in order to defeat him. That's first. Secondly, when it comes to members in his crew are defining individuals within the story of One Piece itself. He had Kaido. He had Big Mom. He had Shanks. He had so many different people that was on his crew that were defining members of the Yonkos, defining members of so many different, like, even when it comes to somebody like Buggy, even Buggy ended up becoming somebody that's like an emperor of the sea, even though we already know it's actually Crocodile and it's actually Mihawk, but it doesn't matter.
But Buggy was on Roger's crew. He wasn't on Rock's crew.
He was like a first mate along with Shanks. He was like
on
one of the
Roger's crew.
Dang, that's
crazy. He was on Roger's crew.
Oh, dang, that's crazy. Well, either way, Shanks was on there, so we go.
Shanks was also on Roger's crew.
Oh, that's crazy. I'm still gonna go with the Rocks Pirates. I don't care.
All right, so we got some really heavy hitters. I will say the fact that a lot of fragments from One Piece do derive from there, and we don't know enough about the Blackbeard Pirates. They all got rare devil fruits, but they ain't really been super impactful. They getting their job done, but that's about it. Now we get to the Straw Hats.
Okay.
First of all, we got to speak to the show is based around them. We're seeing their character development in real time constantly.
Yeah.
So we're seeing them up their game. We haven't really seen them. We know as of right now, at least in the world of One Piece,
for sure,
at the time of this recording, the Rocks Pirates have mostly been destroyed or defeated. Completely and utterly. Like it's no coming back from.
But at the end of the day, they had to be the ceiling that people had to break through. That's more important than.
But once you break through it, then aren't you better then?
But it matters that you had something to break through. The more important piece is that you had a villain. You had something to reach towards, because if Kaido didn't whoop Luffy's ass, there's no way he would have reached Gear 5.
I mean, well, Kaido killed him, actually. he murdered this man.
I mean, that's what I'm saying.
And he did. He gave him a break. Really, he was out of his league.
And then you got to think about Big Mom. Big Mom, she literally challenged who defeated Big Mom? Was it like Sanji and Zoro?
No. You talking about last time we seen them, it was Kid and Law.
Yeah, so
Kid and Law had to come. And they became Yonkos. They got upgraded to Yonko level once they.
And you gotta think about it. They're part of the worst generation. Without Big Mom, they weren't able to elevate themselves. So she impacted the whole next generation. Then we gotta think about Whitebeard. Come on now. Without Whitebeard, there's no Ace. There's no Luffy. There's no Marineford. There's no like.
Okay. The Marines.
Ooh.
I'm naming the Marines then.
What? No, you gonna name the Admirals? The Admirals is hard.
But the Marines is a faction, right?
Yeah, but we got to think about
okay. Let's just go with if I can't name all of them, then I guess I'm gonna have to name admirals. But the admirals change. That's why it's hard to say just the admirals. But if we just saying anybody that was an admiral,
I'm gonna say
the admiral
pre-time skip admirals. We're talking about Akainu, we're talking about Aokiji, and we're talking about Kizaru. They're all solidified.
Sengoku was an admiral before he became the fleet.
Yeah, he was a fleet cat. Well, but the ones that really
they had to be there together. They had to be there together.
Yeah, and they fought together at Marineford. So
all right. Well, considering that we didn't see them go all out.
Yeah,
because they was at Marineford, and they stated that we couldn't go all out because where we at, and so we don't really know where their ceiling's at.
Sure.
I'm gonna have to concede to the the Rocks Pirates in this because they had more impact on the universe.
I disagree.
Right now,
I would actually go with the Marine Admirals. Why?
Admirals over the
they've done more. Like they set the ceiling. Akainu killed Ace.
He killed Ace.
Aokiji whooped Luffy's ass and let him know he's not like that.
He's not. On
top of that, he's on the Blackbeard Pirates right now.
Okay.
He fought against Akainu to become the new fleet admiral and lost. The Kizaru literally just fought Luffy. Or what was it on Egghead? He just fought Luffy on Egghead and made Luffy go to the next level, even though he wasn't being serious.
So So all right, think about what you're saying though. They both got their disbandment as far as the Rocks Pirates and the Admirals, but in a different level. So when the Rocks Pirate disbanded, Shiki went and fought. He went straight to Marines headquarters to fight them directly. It took Garp and Sengoku to stop him.
Yeah,
just Shiki by itself. That's one member. So he was a Yonko before it was the Yonkos. Like you said, Whitebeard went to the Marines again. With his people and fought them head up. He didn't take a whole bunch of crews. It's just my fleet coming here. So every derivative that came from the Rocks Pirates to what you're saying, Big Mom Pirates, Kaido, the Beast Pirates, he was considered the strongest creature on the planet.
They were very influential on the story, which is one of the criteria.
Yeah, so I don't see, and when we first get introduced to Rocks, he's killed an admiral. We don't even know. We don't even get this admiral name because he killed an admiral.
And also, the King of Pirates had to kill him in order to beat the King of Pirates while being helped by somebody else.
So you still got the Marines?
I'm still gonna go with the Rocks Pirates, but if we're gonna talk
so the Rocks, we're gonna go with the Rocks Pirates for this.
Okay.
The Rocks Pirates move on to this round for the One Piece.
We take that.
All right, so we got the Rocks Pirates. I'm gonna go to another classic anime. We're gonna go to Yu Hakusho.
Yu Hakusho, okay.
All right, so it's a couple different factions in Yu Hakusho that had standout moments.
For sure.
And two of the ones I would say the biggest ones to me was Team Urameshi.
Okay.
Which you had, your Yusuke, Kuwabara, Hiei, and it was two more people with Genkai and what's my man with the rose whip? What's his name? Leave his name in the comments because I can't think of his name right now. But that guy, he was nice. He had Yoko Kurama.
Kurama, he was the least important. No, it is what it is.
He's Sanji.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Or Frankie. He might be Frankie.
Yeah, he might be Frankie. I'm just like
he's important, but only when we think he needs to be important.
I think Sanji's Kuwabara.
You think? Yeah, Sanji might be.
Yeah, he is definitely Zoro. We just gotta keep it there. He's Zoro.
And all right. So the other team I had to also put in this is the Sensui people that he brought in.
Okay.
So, but to me, it's gonna be Team Urameshi. So we moving with Team Urameshi.
I'm going with Team Urameshi.
All right. So who you got? Who you nominating next for the next?
Okay. So I'm gonna shit over here. Let's just agree on this. I'm gonna go to Berserk. We already know it's the Band of the Hawk. The Band of the Hawk had the biggest impact on the show. They became the main characters of the show. Critical members in the Band of the Hawk died in order to make the show at the end with Full Moon and Griffith becoming a demon after he became paralyzed. It made the show what it was. Even after that, when Guts came back, even then, like, it had a defining role for the show. It is what it is. The Band of the Hawk, man.
All right, so I'm trying to remember the name of them, right? But I think they called it the Hand of God or the God Hand or something.
Okay.
They might be the strongest faction that's in Berserk.
You can lie to yourself, don't lie to me.
So when it was, like we said, the original final episode of Berserk ended with Guts cutting his arm off, Griffith being reborn, and all the devil gods around him. Guts couldn't touch them at the time. And Guts, for all intents and purposes, the little fairy that goes around with him, that little boy, is not cutting it. They're not a real team. So I'm not even going to consider them even an option.
Fair.
So with that being said, how is anybody touching them? The Band of the Hawk was cool up into that part in the story.
But without the leader of the Band of the Hawk, that doesn't happen. So
Griffith, who is the leader of the Guards Hand or whatever they was called.
I mean, I still think the Band of the Hawk was, because he would have never done that if not for the circumstances he was put in through being the leader of the Band of the Hawk.
Okay, I'll take the Band of the Hawk.
Yeah, it's kind of like with the Rocks Pirates. The precursor is probably more important than the current, because, like I said, without the Rocks Pirates, we don't get, a lot of the Yonkos. We don't get Luffy's gear up. We don't get, what I'm saying, like seeing the new generation or the worst generation leveling up. So we gotta respect the precursors. We gotta respect the people that came before.
All right, we gotta do that. Okay. I mean, we're gonna talk about the GOAT then, the GOAT of all animes, man. We gotta talk about it. It's unanimous as always. We always say this. It's Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Okay.
So we got a couple factions that exist in that too.
Okay.
So we got the Homunculi.
Okay.
Which is like the seven deadly
sins. The seven deadly sins before the seven deadly sins.
Yeah. So they like within that. You got I don't know what, I'm trying to think of what they call, what's the government people that Ed and them work for?
I don't even care.
What are they called? They call it something though. Oh, no. They're not the Marines.
Yeah, they're not the Marines, but they basically like it, kind of like that.
They like the military. I think they just called the military.
Okay.
But the ones that went to the war in Ishbar. So you had the Flame Alchemist, you had the Crimson Alchemist, you had the Strong Alchemist. All of them was wreaking havoc. And at the time, they was under the same banner of the military. So within that, we got between the Homunculi,
okay,
and them. To me, they're the biggest factions that's in that show.
The homunculi clear easy. It's kind of like the thing that we refuse to accept about the Akatsuki and Naruto is the fact that they just clear everybody easy. It doesn't matter about Team 7. It doesn't matter about the Hokage. They just clear. And the reason why is because the people that set the ceiling are probably the most important character. Who the main characters have to fight in order for them to get that level up are the most important characters. It is what it is.
Okay, so we're going with the homunculi then.
Yes.
Homunculi for Fullmetal Alchemist. Okay.
A story is only
which one you got next? You nominating?
Ooh, all right. I'm gonna do this for my ladies. I'm gonna do this for all my guys that had to watch this with their ladies. All the guys that had to go home. If you had sisters that actually like anime, you had to watch this shit. I'm gonna go ahead and go with the Sailor Scouts for Sailor Moon, man. I mean, they defined the show. They defined the era. I had to watch this shit with my sister every single day when I came home. Had to watch Toonami, and goddamn Sailor Moon came on directly before Dragon Ball Z, and I had to watch this. My sister, Oline, I had to watch this foolishness because of you. Yes, I know Sailor Mars, Sailor Venus, I know all of them. And I know that they're essentially reincarnations of some other people, but it doesn't matter. They define the show. They define the whole era of anime specifically for our ladies. So ladies, this is for you. The Sailor Scouts, they were badasses. They were in the show. They did some good shit. Bam.
All right, no contest. That's a no contest. I have nothing to say about that. They got it.
Yeah, man.
They got it. I got to go with the Sailor Moon Scouts. I can't even say nothing about them. They too impactful just as a group in general, like it's based around them. I mean, so I'm going to name an honorable mention. This ain't my favorite one, but the Ronin Warriors would be in that world too then.
Mm-hmm.
Because for very similar reasons as far as seeing a group together. But there's honorable mentions,
okay,
but we got to mention the real mention, the Z Fighters. So we got to go back to the Dragon Ball Z universe. The Z Fighters. We also had the Saiyans and the Frost Giants, which is Frieza, King Cole, and all the cooler people that don't know.
Shout out to you. I didn't know what they were called.
Yeah, they call Frost Giants. That's the species that they in. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the Z Fighters within Dragon Ball Z universe. Z Warriors, however you want to go with it. But I don't think nobody tops them in that universe.
I would say the Saiyans do.
Oh, I forgot about the Red Ribbon Army.
The Red Ribbon
Army might be. They've been around every reiteration of it.
Well,
they do fight together.
The army does, but it's just like I always think about like defined characters within the group. And I think that should have been a criteria. There has to be defined characters within
they got a distinguishing group name. And they fought together. They might not all fight together because it exists in different levels. Like right now, the 1920s U.S. Army couldn't fight with the soldiers right now. It's not mean they're not in the military.
Yeah. And for me, it's kind of hard because the Red Ribbon Army also branches off into the androids. Because
that's what I'm saying.
Dr. Gero was in the Red Ribbon Army.
That's what I'm saying. He was a part of it.
19 and 20, which is Dr. Gero, and then 16, 17, and 18 were also Red Ribbon Army. And then we also got to think about in the movies, there was androids 13, 14, and 15, which, you know, android 13, he absorbed them. So that technically means they were fighting together before that. So it's kind of like.
The Red Ribbon Army has been around from Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball GT.
Yeah.
All the way through.
I gotta have to give this to you. I think it's the Red Ribbon Army.
Over the Z Warriors? I ain't gonna. Because the Z Warriors actually defeats them, that's the only reason I'm giving them the up over them.
They kept showing up in every iteration of Dragon Ball Z is crazy.
They killed Goku. Well, they didn't kill him, technically.
They literally had a whole other timeline when they won.
They did have a timeline when they won.
So we can sit over here and go like they won because
they would have won this timeline too if they didn't come from the future in that timeline.
Trunks cheated. Trunks and Bulma, smart ass, cheated.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
It's the Red Ribbon Army.
You ain't cheating, you ain't trying. He
did
break out of hell. 2 Android 17s. That's how he got out of hell in GT.
I mean, one of Goku's best friends was an android when he was in Dragon Ball. Was it Android 8?
Oh yeah, the one that looked like the Frankenstein guy.
Yeah.
I don't remember which android he was.
Like,
but
they were in every aspect of Dragon Ball Z. They were in the show Dragon Ball. They were in Dragon Ball Z, a Dragon Ball movie, and Dragon Ball GT. Come on now. I think they win.
So I don't know, man. I'm going with Z Warriors, man. The Z Warriors, they actually defeated them.
I would go with the Saiyans before I go with the Z Warriors because the Z Warriors
got wiped out for the most part.
Yeah, but they were still a defining factor of the show. Without the Saiyans, no Goku, no Vegeta.
That's their bloodline. I don't know if they're a group.
But they're all part of the group.
That's their race.
And they all fight together.
What? They don't
Goku and Vegeta literally fused, and then Broly in the Broly movie
fighting
was
together.
Frieza's ass on their behalf. They fuck together.
That's their least favorite thing to do is fight together.
It doesn't matter whether they like it. That
all right, you're right. You're right. Ain't a part of it, but the criteria. But
it didn't say
the Z Warriors together is fought more than the Saiyans.
They got carried by Goku more.
Hey,
the Saiyans actually fought.
He's a leader of the Z Warriors.
Terms.
He's a leader of the Z Warriors.
But that doesn't. Come on, man. This is foolish. All right. I'm
still going with the Red Ribbon Army, or you going with Z Warriors?
I'm going with the Red Ribbon Army.
All right, so we're gonna have to come back to that one then,
because we gotta redefine this. Like they all fight together, but they gotta carry their own weight.
All right, so next one I got right now is Demon Slayer. We're going into the world of Demon Slayer. We just saying we're coming from the movie. Mm-hmm. Two big factions in there is the Upper Six. Yep. And then we actually got the Demon Slayer Corps. I'm gonna go with Demon Slayer Corps.
I'm gonna go with the Upper Six.
I ain't mad at it though. I'm not. Do we count Muzan in the Upper Six? Because he's not Upper Moon. No, but he is a part. Like he's a leader of the group, right?
But the thing is, the Upper Six is so badass. We don't gotta include Muzan. We just don't have.
Can we do spoilers?
Go ahead. Yeah.
All right. Sure. So the fact that the Upper Moons pretty much killed most of the corps, like most of them is dead because before they even got to fight Muzan.
Yes.
So it's just like, all right, well, what are we doing with these guys? Because they never fought, but the corps win. You know why? They fought together. The other ones didn't fight together. Unless they was like a team, like the Upper Moon 6 with him and his sister, they were the duo together. The rest of them didn't fight together. They didn't believe in that. They was just like, all right, cool, you over here, I'm over here. Let's go fight. Let's run it.
I gotta adjust my mic to get into a thinking position so I can counteract the point. So, okay. Is it they just have to fight together or fight together for a common cause?
The fact that how Asuka, how he died, just kind of proves that they didn't have the same cause in mind. They had their own individual things going on. And it was just out of convenience.
But that makes them so good. That's kind of like...
It was out of convenience that they were fighting together.
But that's kind of like the Akatsuki. They never fought in a group more than two, but they were so good. Like the Akatsuki only fought in duos, so technically by our rules we can't include the Akatsuki, but we can't not include the Akatsuki just because they only fought in duos. Other than Pain, they never fought.
They fought together. They fought together to stop some of the Well, most time, like you said, they would go out to go capture the tail beast as duos, but they still did fight together.
But they never fought in three or more people. But it was never three or more. I don't know. We gotta think about this criteria. I'm gonna hand it over to you though. I'm gonna hand it over to you so it doesn't take too long. But I got my gripes.
All right, so who we going? Who we going with the Demon Slayer Corps?
We're going with the Demon Slayer Corps.
All right, Demon Slayers. They move on to the next round
because they actively did fight together. Like before.
You fight just one of the Upper Moons. Yeah, it took multiple of them.
I'm gonna give you that. I'm gonna give you that, man. I'm gonna give you that. I begrudgingly hand that over.
Who you got next? Who you nominating next for your?
All right, so I'm gonna go with something that people may not know. Well, I'm gonna go with something a little bit more popular, right? So I'm gonna go with the Black Bulls and Black Clover, man. The Black Bulls are such a defining squad. They're kind of like the rejects, but they're also super badass. So of course we have the main character, forgot his name, but I remember there were a lot of defining characters in the Black Bulls. So of course we had Noelle. I don't know why I remember her name, but she was kind of like from a really prestigious family of water magicians, but she was kind of like a failure. I remember Gray, who was like this big ass blob of a person who didn't talk, but the reality is Gray could shapeshift and then talk. And then I remember the girl who ate all the daggone food, and she was so badass, but she was literally just a comic relief character. And then there's Yami, who's the captain. They all fought together. And then there was also the dude that was like obsessed with his little sister to the point where he would get nosebleeds. It was kind of weird.
There was a weak crew, man.
But they all fought together. They were defined characters, and everybody always counted them out, even though they always won.
There was a group of losers.
It doesn't. You know who else was a group of losers? Squad 7.
Oh, they ain't win.
Was a group of losers.
No, they was a dysfunctional group.
They was a squad of losers. Without Kakashi there to carry them, they was taking L's.
Dysfunctional.
Without
Kakashi, they didn't want to work together.
Without Kakashi, the Mist Village would have whooped them in the first arc.
How did they win? How did they actually beat Kagura?
Because, main guy's broken. He can erase magic.
He can erase magic.
He can erase magic. It is what it is.
Naruto, or you talk about in Black Clover?
You're talking about Naruto.
But that's what I was saying, because you said Team 7. But you saying
they won because
even in Black Clover, they're not the best group.
It doesn't matter.
They're really not.
They're the most defined group in the show. They're the main characters, and they consistently get stronger. And the character development is so good. I would say,
are they better than the Golden Dawn?
Yes.
How?
Because they actually have something. Okay, when you're counted, and this is the reason why Squad 7 is a defining squad in Naruto, is because everyone counted them out because other squads seemed to be better, whether they were from different villages.
They was better,
but Sasuke was carrying. Naruto was counted out. Sakura was useless.
I actually think the Sand Village crew with Gaara and them was better than Team 7. Go ahead.
Yeah, but Team 7, but you didn't name them. You named Squad 7. So the reality is we love underdog characters so that we can see them grow to their full potential. That's the Black Bulls, man. We don't want to see the Golden Dawn because the Golden Dawn's like the Sand Village.
They go.
The Sand Village already came equipped. What was it? Yeah. Tamari came with that big old fan. What's her? Tamari. She came with the big old fan. Kakuza. Was it Kakuza? What was the guy with the puppets?
I don't know how to say his name, but I know who you're talking about. Conqueror. I think his name.
That's his name. Conqueror and Gaara. They already came equipped. We don't care about already coming equipped. We care about the people that have to build character development, seeing people with their fucked up flaws and growing into great characters. That's what we love.
But if they get folded multiple times by multiple groups within their own show,
folded multiple times, Luffy, and we don't say the Straw Pirates. You know how many times?
Well, we didn't go with the Straw Heads.
A whole arc skip. They had to have a whole 2-year time skip because they all got folded.
Yeah, that's why they didn't get nominated on their own show. They didn't win.
But they
didn't move.
Second place.
No, they wasn't.
Yeah, they was.
The Marines was. Or the Admirals was.
Don't use my own words against me, Blink.
Yeah,
don't do that.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't do that, man.
They wasn't even the number 2 in their show.
Don't make me blink and then I realize I have contradictions. I'm
just saying, man. They wasn't the top ones in their show.
Hey,
but hey, if you wanna, I'm not this. I think personally, look, camera, listen to me. The people out there, I think Black Clover is trash. So I don't care what you say about it.
His name's Blink. He always changes his mind.
It's a phony anime.
He's lying. It's just like Naruto, except with magic books.
It's a bad Harry Potter.
It's a bad Harry. We gonna talk about that off camera.
Who you got next? Who you got? What they call the Bulls? The Black Bulls?
The gangsters.
Black Bulls. That's racist.
The gangsters. Shout out to my sister. She's a bull. She's a Taurus. She knows something, and she's black. See, they knew. All right, so I'm gonna go with another classic, man. I'm gonna have to go with Jesse Meowth and James, Team Rocket.
Team Rocket.
Team Rocket.
So considering that I don't think Ashton and Pikachu and all of them got a team name, I ain't got nothing to say about it. Team Rocket is an infamous crew.
That team name. It's called Children. Are we going to talk about how Pokemon was just a bunch of people sending their children out into the world to navigate?
Not all of them.
Potentially die.
Well, Brock was an adult.
It don't matter. He was one of.
He was a chaperone.
Children,
and he was always looking for some chicks.
He was a child.
He was like Johnny Bravo.
I mean, he was looking for them chicks while he was with children.
Yeah, he was just like, yo, y'all do whichever y'all want over there.
If he didn't have younger
siblings. What's up with Officer Jenny and this nurse?
I mean, at least they was of age.
It's like, Joy? What's up with Nurse Joy, man? It's another one?
I mean, look at his Pokemon. At least he got rock hard to grown women.
I digress. But yeah, I'll take Team Rocket. Team Rocket for the move up.
Okay. Got Team Rocket. All right, who you got next, Blake? Who is going?
So let me see who I got like on my next list. We did Fullmetal. We got Bad Dog.
Search it.
Okay.
Okay.
My Hero Academia. So we got the League of Villains.
Mm-hmm.
We got whatever All Might crew people what's called. I don't know what that it's a class. It's called the class something.
Oh, you're right.
It's the class. They broken up into factions by their classes within the school.
Yeah, they did.
So I can't think of what Deku's class number is. We'll put it on the screen or something.
Yeah.
But out of them two, I'm gonna go with the League of Villains because they was just so interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And they kept going. If you really look at like one for all or all for one. All for one.
One for all.
What was the villain guy name?
Which one?
his name was One for All for One. Which one was he?
I don't even know.
The one that wasn't. That was very confused. I was like, all right, well, whatever the one that the powers of Deku don't got, the guy with the smoky head.
I don't even know.
When he escaped and he gave the powers, but he started League of Villains. So I'm gonna go with the League of Villains within that show.
I'm gonna agree with that, mostly because I remember more members of the League of Villains than I remember the League of Villains itself. So I remember Stain, because Stain's badass. I remember Nomu, because Nomu was the last guy that All Might was able to fight against using his power. I wouldn't say his full power, but because he was like sick and he gave his powers over to Deku, so they were slowly draining. But Noma was the last person that he was able to fight against with relative power. So I'm gonna go with the League of Villains. I don't care about that class anyway. Other than Todoroki, I don't care about that class. Mr. Icy Hot, you know what I'm saying? He was relieving everybody pain with death.
All right, so I got one last show on my list, and that is Cowboy Bebop. And you said they called the Bebop Crew?
Yeah, they called the Bebop Crew. They sound like they break dance.
Yeah, I don't. Bebop Crew is what it is.
Bebop, let's go.
So with that being said, we got to just rank these people. So some of these people ain't gonna make the top 10. Oh, we got some more. You got another nomination?
Man, I got a couple nominations, man. So during my days of my teen years, I was looking for something that was a little bit more, I'm a guy. So I'm gonna go with the Occult Research Club in High School DxD. They defined the show. The most important piece, because Ria's Grummery, she had like a family, and then the thing is, within the show, when they fought against other families, it was kind of like a chess match. So she had different pieces. So she had like a bishop, and I remember the main character, he was like a knight. And so it became really interesting to see how different families that they fought against used their pieces in order for them to win against them, to prove that because she was a demon. And so she had to prove her family. And I think her father was like the demon king. So she had to prove her strength through the use of her chess pieces. And so I think that was really interesting, but also I'm a guy, so I just watched them like rip each other's clothes off. I don't care. I was watching boobs. And then also there's a show called Kingdom. It's an amazing show, and the reason why I would say it's the Feijin Force. So Feixin Force. They were the best. They were the main characters in the show, and the reason why it's so important is because the main character Jin, he starts off, his best friend dies in the first episode, and so what happens is he helps the emperor overcome his little brother, and when he overcomes his little brother, because his little brother was trying to take the throne, he helps the main emperor defeat him, and then after that he says he wants to become a grand general, because that was him and his best friend's mission, their goal. So what he does is he forms this group called the Feijin Force, and it was a bunch of people that was from his home village. And a lot of these people were weaklings. A lot of these people were weirdos. A lot of these people, they had their own little, their little personalities about him. But the thing is, they fought with him through every single arc, to the point where they grew to an 100-man unit, a 300-man unit, a 1,000-man unit, and these same people were still by his side, and they just grew bigger and bigger, to the point where they became like full-fledged like squad captains. They was badasses. So it just like, they went through the whole 5 seasons with him, and they were the Feijin Force. They were the main people. So it's kind of like, I
gotta see what this show is. I'm not gonna hold you. This is ISO on you, because I don't even know who those people are.
Yeah, man.
I don't know how impactful they are to the genre of anime. I don't even know. I never heard of them.
Yeah, bro. So that's just another one I wanted to throw in there, and yeah, that's what I got.
All right, so we got a good list. All right, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to go over the list. We're going to go name the people that we got on the list. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring it up next episode and tell you what we think. But we're going to, in the meantime, we're going to put up a little tournament-style chart for y'all. And you're going to be able to vote and see who moves on to the next round to see who's the top one, okay? So who we got on here? We got the Akatsuki from Naruto. We got the 13 Courtyard Squad from Bleach.
They got my vote.
We got the Rocks Pirates from One Piece.
A lot about my vote.
We got the Band of the Hawk from Berserk.
I didn't lie about my vote.
Team Urameshi from Yu Hakusho.
Getting cooked.
The Homunculi from Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. The Sailor, what do they call it? The Sailor Scouts from Sailor Moon.
They're actually pretty badass. They make, cook.
This one is the one y'all gonna have to be big if it's a tiebreaker. I think the Z Warriors. Cowboy, what you said you had?
I got the sayings, man.
What? You said you had the Red Ribbon Army.
Oh, I lied.
This guy.
You remember everything, Blink? Goodness gracious.
So y'all let us know which one is actually better. who has the better team overall in the Dragon Ball Z universe. Well, not Dragon Ball Z universe, in the DB universe. The Red Ribbon Army or the Z Warriors? Which one of them is the better faction?
The Z Warriors didn't exist in Dragon Ball.
The who?
The Z Warriors didn't exist in Dragon Ball.
What was they called then in the beginning?
Goofy.
I feel like they was called the Earth. Well, they wasn't. They was everybody was on Earth at that point.
They was called perverts. They was called. Do you remember like when Goku pulled up Bulma's like dress to see?
There's a lot of things happened,
and they were showing wee wees in that show. That show was crazy.
I don't remember that. I wasn't looking. You pause, B man. You was looking at this little boy. What's going on here? Oh man,
I wasn't looking.
I ain't even see it. I never seen it happen, man. Because I was.
Don't try to paint me out like that. That's crazy.
I must have been doing something more important.
I was doing something
like looking at Bulma's titties or something.
Huh?
Looking at what? Demon Slayer. We got the Slayer, the Demon Corpse.
You saw
we got the Black Bulls from Black Clover. We got Team Rocket for Pokemon.
Respect to the OGs.
The League of Villains from My Hero Academia.
Getting cooked.
Who else we got on here? The Bebop crew from Cowboy Bebop. And these last two, I don't know how to say them, but the Occult Research crew.
The Occult Research Club.
Oh, yeah, them guys.
They're actually pretty bad.
They definitely not going to make it to the end.
They're not, they're demons.
Phasian Force. The Fission Force?
Phasian Force. God, the Phasian Force.
Yeah,
that sounds like it's from a sci-fi anime.
I don't even know who they are.
I'm offended.
Yeah. Whoever. If they have a hive, I never heard of them. So
if anybody knows
can't
about
be that
Kingdom,
many of them.
let Blink know he just offended you and me.
Just let them know that, like, come on, man. Who watches this show?
We're in this together.
Nobody watches that show.
We're in this together.
So, until next time, man, make sure we're going to have this ranked. So next time, again, we're going to rank this the best 10. The best 10. So a lot of these is going to be honorable mention. People like the Phazon Force, I'm sure. The
Phazon.
They're going to get phased out of this list.
How many people are on this list?
A lot more than 10. So they're definitely not going to make it. 100% not going to make it. I'm sure of it.
Yee ha 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 ha.
All right, well, so until next time, man, see y'all again, man. Another episode of Anime and Fill in the Blank.